Look, I was more optimistic a few months ago because I thought both sides were sort of looking at this chessboard. They each had some moves to make and statements, and they're kind of making it, and then we'd resolve it. But what we're seeing from Trump is escalation. I mean, he knows how to escalate. He knows how to sort of inject turmoil, but can he cut a deal? And how far is China willing to go? Supposedly, earlier this year, both sides were reasonably close, and then there was some retrogression from China, and so the whole thing fell apart. But if they were reasonable, if we can go back to that status quo position, you know, it should be easy to close this. So I don't fully understand what prompted this latest round, except frustration and pique on Trump's part. But every time he does that, it's a step away from a solution. So I don't see a solution in the next few months because China has to respond. There has to be a new equilibrium established. And I think what we've seen, you know, this has gone on, these tariffs now, tariff war has gone on for over a year. And so you see deterioration in the environment, a deterioration in trust and in communications. I mean, trying to drive trade policy using tariffs is like trying to drive your car using your horn. Watch out, watch out, watch out. I mean, you pay a cumulative price for this. You pay a cumulative price for this, right? I mean, hitting that horn once might be helpful, but leaning on that horn for a year, you know, just degrades the environment.
And fair to say, Frank, that you know this is brinksmanship because the president does need to win ahead of elections.
It is brinksmanship, but I'll tell you this: U.S. and I'm sympathetic to a lot of what President Trump's substantive points are, but I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not sympathetic to his style on this. But and I would say this to anybody involved in China trade negotiations: you need to get what you want out of this. But you need to do it in such a way that China has a sense of victory or a win as well. It can't be sold as a win-loss.
That's a diplomat view, right?
Right,
win.
right. Okay. Right. But Trump works against that when he is publicly triumphant and when he publicly is chastising and publicly finger-pointing. He's not giving them space because what they have to be able to say is, look, these changes are in our interest, China's interest, which they are, and we were going to do these anyhow, which to some extent they were. So they have to have their little space as well.
But based on what you're seeing right now, do you think we're going to see any actual deal of any kind coming this year?
Certainly not for the next few months. I think this kicks it back. There might be, you know, you're sort of asking what multilateral meetings might there be at the end of the year. I think it's unlikely. I think it's unlikely. I think you really inject friction in that and you have this posturing.
And should you have a deal at all? Because if you cut a deal, would he risk looking weak on China ahead of the election?
Well, look, and China's got a similar concern, David, which is to say, if we do get a deal, do we get a breather from Trump or do we just get more accusations? So if we sort of give them half of what he wants or a portion of what he wants, doesn't he just come back in 30 or 60 days? Because these trade deals are sold as the sort of blanket panacea, but they're not. I mean, they help at the margin in some respects, it'll help industry, but there's such a lag element of corporate behavior that even if you actually get a breakthrough, it could be 6, 12, 18 months before it's sort of a meaningful in the numbers.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.